Hello everyone, I'm a Fat Angry Geek, and I'm back on my channel. So, last time if y'all are wondering about my Pokemon Leaf Green version, I've not been able to play that because I've not been feeling like playing it recently. So, I'll get back to making videos on here, and ever so often I might do an episode of Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Today, on Kaiju movie differences, we are going to go with the two Ghidorah films that came out in 64 and 65. Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster, and Invasion of the Astro Monster. So, let's look at the differences, or I'll tell you the differences between the two. In Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster, the plot is about this spirit that possesses this princess, and the princess is possessed either by a Martian or a Venusian, person from Venus. Because in the Japanese version, it's Venus, and in the English dub version, it's Mars for some reason. But yeah, I don't know why that they decided to do that, but I guess Mars is a more popular planet to talk about where aliens come from and stuff, so that makes sense, I guess. But if you look at the back of the case, it says that the Japanese runtime is 92 minutes and 58 seconds, while the English dub version is 84 minutes and 46 seconds. And really the only differences that I can see between Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster, and Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster. That's how the English dub version made the title. That's the title in the English dub version. I can see that the only differences that I see between these two versions is the fact that in one part of the movie you see the twin fairies, the Shobijin, sing Mothra's song, and they play the entire theme in that little TV program that they have with those kids. And then whenever they called Mothra to go see if she can stop Godzilla and Rodan from fighting, they played the entire theme there too. While in the English version, they only played the entire theme once. And in the part where they have to help Earth by telling Godzilla and Rodan not to fight anymore, that's when they cut it. So they cut that part out. They probably thought that it wasn't that necessary to play the entire theme again, so they just cut the rest of that out. That's the only differences that I can tell between this movie and the Japanese version. So yeah, I mean, of course, the titles is different in both versions. Just like with Godzilla vs. Mothra, it's Godzilla vs. the Thing, but we already talked about that, so I'm not going to make any more jokes about that. So, Ghidorah, however you pronounce it, Ghidorah. What's interesting, though, is that in the Showa series, fans call him Ghidorah, and in the Heisei series, they call him King Ghidorah. But the thing is about it is that Ghidorah has always been known as King Ghidorah ever since he came to Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. So that's really the only differences that I can tell besides them calling him Ghidorah in the English dub version. There ain't nothing wrong with that as long as they don't mess his name up like they did in Godzilla Raids Again. So let's go to the next movie, Invasion of the Astro Monster. Now, there's some small differences between this one and the Japanese version, with the English dub having Nick Adams. He's the only one speaking English in the movie, so he's not dubbed over, because in the Japanese version he's dubbed over. I don't know why. Well, actually, I remember one part he said something in English, and that's it. After he said that one line in English, the rest of his dialogue is acted by a Japanese actor. So, or voiced by a Japanese actor. But other than that, that's one difference there. And in the English dub version, there's been several titles for the movie. Of course, I believe that it's always been known as Invasion of the Astro Monster in Japan. If not, I'll put the original title here. And in the English dub version, it's always been known as Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, Invasion of the Astro Monsters, and there's just weird names here and there. But yeah, I've learned about Invasion of the Astro Monsters just looking at a video on archive.org. You can look at some Godzilla films there, and they can surprise you with some of the movies that they have there. But anyways, this movie, I don't really see that much difference in the Japanese and English versions. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster and Invasion of the Astro Monster. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Kaiju Movie Differences.